Atocha emeralds have been brought up so far, and how many do you think could be out there?
Well, so far the amount is very little, actually, 6 pounds. And if you're talking American pounds, that's only 2,250 carats per pound. So that's not really a lot. Because myself, as a young man, I used to ship 70, 80, 90 pounds at a time to India for cutting. So I can't see the Spaniards just leaving Muzo from 5,500 feet above sea level over the mountains on mule trains with just 60 or 70 pounds of emeralds. That's highly unlikely. So that huge recovery, for them to have put it in the Spanish records and archives, it must have been upwards of several hundred pounds of emeralds. And I can easily say that there might well be 500 pounds of emeralds somewhere there on the sea bottom. And to make this point, and the point being that there may be emeralds there much larger than any that have been found so far on the Atocha, I'd like to show you some emeralds from this particular mine.
I'd love to see them.
All right.
Please.
Then let me show you, first of all, I want to illustrate how hard it is to find these. If we take this and we put it on its edge, you can see it may be 1/4 of an inch wide,
Right.
maybe a 1/2 an inch wide at the most. So you can see that emerald veins are very elusive, very few and far between, and very narrow. So this is hard rock mining also, you see.
Right.
Now actually, the finding of them here in the ocean is much more difficult than it is up there, because as you can see here, you have veins to follow. In the ocean, it's just the sands of the sea, no indicators of what to follow or where to go. You don't have these pyrite veins or anything like that. Not only that, but you're in a non-air breathing environment.
Right.
And you even have hostile tribes trying to take it away from you.
Yeah, the U.S. government.
So anyway, yeah, the Spaniards did have a hard time. They had to overcome the Muzo tribes, and it took them a long time. But finally, then, they started recovering them. And these emeralds from Muzo mine, these are the smallest. Here are some larger ones.
Wow.
You can see how beautifully they crystallize. But even this is not really as characteristic of what's available there as this one, for example. This is we believe to be the 4th largest emeralds from Muzo mine in the world. The other 3 are in the Bank of the Republic. This is a wonderful example of what an Atocha emerald looks like after it's been cut. This stone weighs 1 carat 61 points. I cut it myself, and then I set it into this replica of the Jerusalem cross, which was a cross you see on a lot of coins and also on the sails of the Spanish ships in red, usually. And I make it in 22 karat gold. So they are exceptionally valuable. They're at least 5 times the conventional emerald market. One very important feature, Sean, in all of this about the emeralds is that brilliance in emeralds is inherent in the molecular structure of the stones. You can see that here. The facets are actually quite irregular on the back. And that's where diamonds and emeralds are in separate galaxies, not just in separate planets. Because in an emerald you're cutting for color, and diamonds should be colorless. And also in a diamond the angle of incidence has to equal the angle of reflection, so that the brilliance is reflected outward. Not so in an emerald. The facets are irregular, that's normal, and that's, if anything, a guarantee that it is a natural emerald. Why? Because the cutter knew what he was doing, and he was cutting for color. That's the primary determinant of the value of an emerald, is the color. And so the diamond cutter is going to be cutting for very different reasons. You want to make sure you don't send an emerald to a diamond cutter to be faceted. Okay. So there's still a lot waiting out there. One of the characteristics of Muzo is to produce large emeralds of very fine quality. And in that regard, you can see the emeralds here are quite large for emerald rough. Most of emerald rough are 3 carat pieces, more like this or this size here. This is a very large emerald. But just to show you what the potential is of this particular mine, and what I keep mentioning to the people at treasure salvers, is that there may be one emerald down there over 1,000 carats.